This is the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. It reads, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as wise, but as fools." Shalom, shalom, Akim. Before I begin, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwarash. All right, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations unto the hopeful elect who listen in truth and sincerity, and to the Akwath who listen in truth and sincerity, all right, and who are doing those things becoming unto women. I say shalom. All right, this lesson is going to be based off this Salakia. This lesson is going to be based off this article that you see before you. Okay, so it reads, 2 dead, 6 wounded in senseless mass shooting at warehouse party in downtown LA. Now, we have said multiple times that Slakia, call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Now, we have said multiple times that stop going to these parties. Okay, stop going to these parties, and stop attending these sinful, lustful, wicked ass parties that are full of demons. Okay, and as you see, 2 dead and 6 are wounded. All right, so that's why I opened up with the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly. Okay, meaning to be cautious. You must be cautious in these latter days, man. You don't understand the amount of demons that are loose around these times. Okay, because like the scriptures say, the love of many are waxing cold. Okay, so you must be able to see that these things, that demons are ramping up, and that ultimately it's all leading to Jacob's trouble. Okay, so it says, not as fools, but as wise. Okay, now you have to understand and put this into context. All right, what would be a wise decision? Okay, what would be a wise thing to do? And going to these parties is definitely not a wise thing to do. You don't want to be found with these wicked ass people. It says, verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Okay, so these days are evil, and these people are wicked and wicked. Okay, so I'm going to read some of this article. It says, an investigation is underway after 2 people were killed at a warehouse party on 14th Place in downtown Los Angeles. All right, it says 2 people were killed and 6 others were wounded at a warehouse party in downtown Los Angeles early Monday. The latest incident to turn violent, streaming for unsanctioned gatherings in the area, authorities said. About 11 p.m. Sunday, a big party was shut down at a warehouse in the 1100 block of 14th Place after officers saw a person possibly armed with a gun go inside, said Los Angeles police officer Norma Eisenman, the person that was arrested at the scene, she said. All right. It says about 2 hours later, at 1 a.m., Monday, officers were summoned to the area again after reports of gunfire. Eisenman said, police said someone opened fire outside the warehouse, and responding officers found 8 people shot. A party goer who did not want to be named out of fear of retaliation said it sounded like 100 shots were fired outside the event, causing people to stampede out of the warehouse and scatter into the street. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 16. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Alright, and we see that these demons are ramping up. Alright, 100 bullets is overkill. You know, a AR mag only has 30 bullets. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole, I don't know what they call them, but that's like a whole, it's not an extended mag. I forget what they call it. But it's like a big circle that you attach on your gun, and it's capable of holding, I believe, 50 or 100. So that's a lot of bullets, man. It says, verse 17, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Okay. Be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Okay, and when you're filled with the Spirit, you know, you're not really trying to go out to these parties. You know, you're not really like, well, what are you going to do at those parties that you can't do at home? Okay. You know, where you want to go eat, you know, what are you going to do in those parties, man? You're going to party? You know, you're going to dance and shit? You know what I'm saying? Turn off the lights, put some music on your TV and dance, you know, at your house, man. You dance. Oh, about you mean I want to go out with my woman, bro. You know, you don't take her to a damn club, bro. You know, dance with your woman here at your house, man. You know, oh, but brother, you know, people want to make so many excuses to go to these damn parties. All right, real quick. All right. It says, the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse, I'll just get to the point. 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Okay, because we are very capable of dying. All right. When you're a sheep in the midst of wolves, you are susceptible to danger. You know, and you're very cautious. All right. It says, therefore, be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Okay. And you have to be able to move wisely and avoid these scenarios and avoid, you know, these gatherings. Okay. All right. The book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 16. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase more ungodliness. Okay. You don't want to be talking about some wicked shit at a club. Okay. You don't want to be you know, trying to hook up with hoes and shit. You know. You know, these fucking women have all type of diseases nowadays. All right. You know, it's fucking disgusting. All right. A lot of women who you find at clubs, you know, they'll have STDs and won't tell nothing. You know, and spread that shit on you. Okay. You know, and a lot of times it's very gross and disgusting. You know, not that I'm speaking of experience, but you know, you can just imagine the disgust and the disgusting things that's happening in these things. Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna grab this last scripture and I'll close out. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what hath communion, and what communion hath light with darkness? All right. And when you're at a club and whatever, you ain't no brother gonna go with you, man. You're going with a bunch of demons. Okay. You know, a sincere brother will tell you, look, man, what the hell are you doing? What's wrong with you? You know. So, you know, just move wisely, because these times are evil, man. You know, and of course that don't mean you can't go, you know, to restaurants or like go to certain theme parks. You know, it's not you can't do that, but avoid certain places like these, man. Avoid clubs. Use wisdom. All right. You don't want to go to bars and shit, you know.